Shabbat draws to a near to an end. I hope everybody's had a Shabbat Shalom, a little bit of soul renewal, opportunity to rest and to renew our souls on this Shabbat. And now we offer the prayers of Havdala to let go of Shabbat and enter into the week hopefully renewed this 4th of July weekend.
המבדיל בין קודש לחול, חטאותינו ימחו. המבדיל בין קודש לחול, חטאותינו לכבודכם דת לבבי, אלי אליהו הנביא. לכבודכם דת לבבי, אלי אליהו רצ'ה מיכאל יאללה סיידרה גבריאל דרצ'ה מיכאל יאללה סיידרה גבריאל לכבודכם דת לבבי, ידי אליהו הנביא. לכבודכם דת לבבי, ידי אליהו
Still in the month of Tammuz, but nearing the end of Tammuz. I'm still in the 3 weeks, this time of grief and reflection. But also a time of renewal. And this 4th of July, there's been so much that's pushed us to think about the story, the narrative of this nation. I think we've had to grieve this past year with the divisions. We've had to grieve the 2 Americas that have emerged, more than 2, but the completely different way that we tell the story. And I guess the wisdom of the Jewish cycle is that every year during these 3 weeks, we recognize not just the good and the reasons to celebrate, but we also look at the dark side. We look at the things that we've needed to do to tell the truth about our story and do some reconciliation, ask for some forgiveness.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן.
For joy.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא מיני וסמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא מאורי האש, creator of the lights of the fire. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם המבדיל בין קודש לחול, בין אור לחושך, בין ישראל לימין, ששת ימי המעשה ליום השביעי. Between the 6 days and the 7th day, ברוך אתה אדוני המבדיל בין קודש לחול, who distinguishes between the holy and the not yet holy. We traveled on like sheep, guided through the wilderness. God brought us to the border, to the mountain of God. Again we fell down, rebelled like our ancestors, our spirit insecure. Then God awakened like somebody sleeping. ברוך אתה אדוני המבדיל בין קודש לחול, between the holy and the not yet holy. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Agiladi, Bimera Biyaminu, Yavo Eleinu, Bime Mashiach Ben David, Mashiach Ben David.
At the end of the 3 weeks, Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, the saddest day of the year. It's the day everything terrible happened, both temples destroyed, Inquisition, terrible things. And it is also the day, tradition says, the Mashiach will be born. And we know Elijah will come and tell us. And so there's always hope. There's always hope at the end of Shabbat. When we sing to Eliyahu Hanavi, when we sing to Elijah to come and let us know Yamei Mashiach, better days, are close at hand. Why not closer.
Eliyahu Navi Agiladi Od Yavo Mashiach Ben David Eliyahu Navi Tishbi Eliyahu Navi Agiladi Od Yavo Mashiach
Ben David.
Od Yavo Mashiach Ben David
Well, thank you for joining us for these havdala prayers. Yeah. Got anything to say about the 4th of July tomorrow?
My grandpa's birthday.
That's right. Art Stone's birthday. He was a wonderful man. Born on the 4th of July. Right? You know, that was a generation that believed in this country.
He brought home the spirit, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. You know, it promised them, especially those who remembered the terrible pogroms and the anti-Semitism and the restrictions on Jews in every other country we've ever lived. So finally we were in a place where we were free. But even here, I learned something interesting. We listened to a lecture on Sephardic Jews a few months ago, and we learned, I hadn't known this, but that when the Turkish Jews, my father's family, came to this country, and my grandparents came in 1916, and when those Turkish Jews came, they were not considered white. They were considered Asian. And so they couldn't put down white or Caucasian on there because they weren't European. So they couldn't write that down. So they were not non-white. And that was a problem, it was a problem in this country. The dark side. It's the dark side of our nation. And so they reached back into their story and they claimed to be originally from Spain, which is what made them European, which is what allowed them to say, eventually, to claim their whiteness, because they knew that being white in America would make sure that they could ascend, that they could escape the poverty cycles of what people of color suffered in this country. So we have to be able to tell all of the narratives, all of the stories. We have to recognize that until we are a nation that really is free for all, and it can be free for none. But I know we're working on that. And I think one of the things that's giving me hope are the teachers, the groups, the people who are really trying to teach what a lot of people are calling critical race theory, but this wonderful opportunity to look at how racism and systems of oppression are built in to our nation. I mean, we don't have to look much further than voting. You know, only white men with property could vote in the beginning. And then we've managed to grow the opportunity to really be a democracy and allow all people to vote. But, you know, that's at risk right now. It's at risk. Instead of going forward, we're going backwards. So it's a time of challenge. It's a time of great challenge, a time of reflection, but also a time to know that we're not doing this alone and that many people are really working to make sure that with every generation we get better and we move forward and we reach toward that dream of what a true democracy can look like when all people are free and are able to participate in what it means to be a democracy. So, got anything to say? Oh. So on the shoulders of our grandparents, great-grandparents, grandparents, and parents, on their shoulders, let's make sure that we leave the world better than we found it for our children moving forward. Have a Shavua Tov, everyone. Have a great week. A week of light, a week of peace. And if you get a little time off this weekend, you know, spend it safely with people who you can be with. And Shavua Tov.